everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you for joining me today. I am here with another video. This is the Alice in Wonderland tag. This was created by Jamie at Finding Joy in Colour, and I was tagged by Megan at Meg's Cozy Colouring, and I thought it was just a fun little tag, and I decided to do a little bit of colouring with you on screen. So this comes from Best of a Le Grand Classique. It's a Coloriage Mystère Art Therapy Hatchet Heroes book, illustrated by William Ball, Jeremy Mariez, Letitia Sala and Edward Vothi. Colour by numbers book, and it's nice and easy, and I kind of do these as a little bit of fun. I don't spend ages like blending stuff out. As you can see, I use my Crayola Super Tips, and yeah, I don't it's just fun. I don't panic about what the results look like. It's just a bit of downtime. So I thought this would be a good page to colour while I was talking to you and answering the tag questions. And of course it's Alice in Wonderland. It's for the November Mad Tea Party hashtag, which is hashtag NovMadTeaParty25, I believe. And yeah, I just thought this would be a fun page to do while I was talking to you about this tag. So I've got my Crayola Super Tip colours picked out here. I've obviously gone in with my black acrylic paint pen and blacked out all the lines so I know where everything goes, because to be honest, I find like answering these tags and colouring at the same time quite taxing. I don't know why, I just find it a bit difficult. So I thought it would be best to prepare my page and just be able to dive in. So I'm going to start. Okay, excuse me, I had a little coughing fit there. Right. So let's start with this dark green, which I think is pretty much most of the background from what I can see. So the first question is, would you follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole like Alice did? Yeah, I'm afraid I'm rather claustrophobic, so the answer to that one is probably no. I probably wouldn't. I am not that keen on small enclosed dark spaces. I get quite yeah, I don't like it, so I probably wouldn't be that brave. If the hole was wide enough and if I felt like there was enough fresh air coming through, I might be able to convince myself to go down if I thought the prize at the end of the tunnel was worth it. But yeah, I'm not particularly fond of dark, small, enclosed spaces. So I would say the answer to that one would be a no. Yeah, just not my kind of thing. I'm really not into like, you know, like caving and all that sort of stuff. No, thank you. Yeah, give me some fresh air and some wide open spaces. I'm much happier. Okay, question number 2. What would your number 1 rule be if you were Queen of Wonderland? Goodness, I haven't given these questions any real thought, to be honest. What would my number 1 rule be if I was Queen of Wonderland? I don't know. Oh, what could it be? It'd have to be something kind of silly for Wonderland, wouldn't it? Maybe that you have to wear pajamas on Fridays. Not get changed. I don't know. Something like that. Because Wonderland's kind of a crazy place, isn't it? So yeah, maybe something silly like that. What else could you have? Like, I was going to say only eating cake for like breakfast, lunch and dinner one day of the week, but I think that would be really sickly. I don't know if I could do that. I like cake, but I don't think I could manage to have it 3 meals a day. Yeah, that's kind of a tricky one. I don't know. I really don't know. What other silly things could you do? I just feel like Wonderland is this kind of crazy place where anything goes, isn't it? So yeah, the sillier the better. Yeah, don't know, I have to think more carefully about that one. Let's move on. Number 3. What other holidays do you think Wonderland celebrates besides Unbirthdays and Frabjous Day? What other holidays? Well, I think they would probably have, I'd imagine they'd have some kind of like, you know, like coronation day celebration for the Queen of Hearts, obviously, because she's quite a tyrant, isn't she? And I imagine that she would have some sort of day to celebrate her. So I think there would definitely be a Queen of Hearts day. Whether people would actually want to celebrate it or not is a different story. I think they would be into like having a like March Madness day or something, you know, something crazy. Maybe they'd have something like Crazy Hat Day, you know, with the weirdest hat going. Yeah, some crazy things like that. I guess they'd be into celebrating, what are some celebrations that we have that they would quite like? I don't know. No, I can't really think of anything. Actually, when I watched Meg's, she said that they would probably celebrate April Fool's Day, which I agree with. They probably would, because they like silly, crazy stuff. So yeah, April Fool's Day would be a good one. Goodness, I'm struggling with this. Can't get right into that page. Ooh. So yeah, those are kind of the things that I would think, like some sort of Queen of Hearts coronation celebration day, because she just loves herself, doesn't she? And some sort of March Madness day. Yeah, I think those would be quite good. Okay, question number 4. Who would you want to spend your time with most in Wonderland? Wow. Okay, so my daughter was actually in a Alice in Wonderland inspired school production, and she played Tweedledum. So I think I'd have to say Tweedledum and Tweedledee, because they are quite silly and quite funny. Although I imagine they could get quite annoying. Like they're kind of just so ridiculous, aren't they? And they're always contradicting each other. So they could be quite annoying, but I think they'd be quite fun for a little bit. Who else? I think the Mad Hatter would be quite fun, but depending on which kind of Mad Hatter he is, because I think there's been different renditions of the Mad Hatter. And some of them, like Johnny Depp's character in the movie, the live action versions, he's quite sweet, actually, quite a nice guy. But some of them are not so sweet and not so nice. So yeah, if it was Johnny Depp Mad Hatter, then yeah, I think he would be quite fun to hang out with. I'm just going to figure out where this colour ends. Kind of put a line in to let myself know where to stop. Otherwise, I tend to get a little bit carried away and just kind of merrily colour everything, and then realise later that I've gone past where I'm supposed to go. Don't know if anybody else does that. There we go. Okay, all of this is the same colour. So yeah, like I say, this is not smooth or like pretty colouring. It's just adding a little bit of colour to paper. I feel like I should do a little less talking, because, or a little more talking about each question, because otherwise you're just going to be watching me colour green for the entire video. We're getting through these questions pretty quickly. So I would say that I haven't really watched Alice in Wonderland for a very long time. And the last kind of Alice in Wonderland thing I watched was actually my daughter's play, which was a couple of years ago now. I managed to go the other line. But that wasn't like strictly based on the Lewis Carroll novel. So I think the last one I watched was the one with Johnny Depp, and I don't actually remember. I'm sure I have seen it. I don't actually remember the cartoon version. I'm sure I have seen it. I'm bound to have seen it. But like, little confession, I've got to say that Alice is not my favourite character in the Disney franchise. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's not one of the kind of stories that has ever greatly appealed to me. Sorry, I know there's going to be people that are very upset by that, because there are people that absolutely love it. I don't know why, but yeah, it's not my favourite. So I don't have a vast knowledge about the cartoon versions or the live action versions. I remember bits and pieces from it, but yeah. Okay, I can move on to a different colour. So at least you're not watching me just colour dark green the whole time. Okay, so where did we get to? Question number 5. Do you love to sing? Would you join a choir of singing flowers in Wonderland and try to get a solo part? I do really like singing. I'm not particularly good at singing, but I enjoy it. Would I be brave enough to do a solo? Possibly not. I would probably be a little bit self-conscious. I would like to, yeah, I don't know. I wish I was. Yeah, like I say, I'm not particularly brave. My daughter, as I say, was in Alice in Wonderland and was Tweedledum, and she had a solo singing part. I say solo, she did a song with Tweedledee, funnily enough, but they had, you know, their own lines and yeah, did the song together, but she had her own lines to sing, and I was so proud of her, because I honestly don't know if I would be brave enough. I'd like to be, but I don't know if I would be. So yeah, I definitely like singing. Whether I'd be brave enough to do a solo, just not sure. Don't know. Okay, question number 6. Would you want to find your way out of Wonderland, or would you stay? I would definitely want to find my way out. I find the whole concept of Wonderland a little bit scary, if I'm honest. Like, I kind of like, I'm not a person who likes a lot of chaos or disorder or craziness. I like order, and I like things to be in their place, and yeah, so anything like that kind of, like, I don't know, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. So I think I would be I would be a little bit uncomfortable in the chaos of Wonderland. So yeah, I would definitely be looking to find my way out. Yeah, just kind of not knowing what was going on would be a bit scary for me, I think. I don't know. I'm not particularly adventurous in that kind of thing. I'm all right if I know what's coming, but yeah, I think just because of the chaotic nature of Wonderland, it would be a little bit uncomfortable for me. So I probably wouldn't want to stay. Okay, let's find my next colour. Where does this go? I think this is going to be all a hair. Okay, so question number 7. Who would your best friends be in Wonderland? Gosh, I don't know. I guess again it would possibly be Tweedledum and Tweedledee, because I don't think are they malicious? I don't think they're particularly malicious characters, are they? I know there are some like really nasty characters in Wonderland, like the Queen of Hearts, who likes to chop off people's heads. And like I said, the Mad Hatter can be a little bit crazy depending on which version you look at. And then you've got the Cheshire Cat, who, yeah, I think he's just like, makes life very confusing, doesn't he? Doesn't really give any straight answers. I'm trying to think of all the other characters. Like I say, I'm not an expert at Alice in Wonderland, so yeah, I'm going to say Tweedledum and Tweedledee is a fairly safe bet. And depending on the version, the Mad Hatter, if he's a friendly, nice version, then yeah, then we'll go the Mad Hatter as well. Okay, question number 8. Which movie do you prefer, animated or live action? Well, again, that's quite easy because I honestly cannot remember the animated version at all. I'm sure I've seen it at some point in my life, but I cannot for the life of me remember much about it. I'm sure there was singing involved in it, but yeah, I just, I can't really remember it. Like I said, it's never been like a, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people here, it's just never been a like really high on my radar. It's one of those ones. The Wizard of Oz is another one that's a little bit like this for me. I you know, like I know roughly, I know the story, but I've never spent a great deal of time kind of studying it or contemplating it. But yeah, I honestly can't remember the animated version. I can vaguely remember the live action one, but it's been a while since I've watched them. There's a couple, isn't there? There's is it Alice in Wonderland, Alice Through the Looking Glass? I think those were the novels written by Lewis Carroll. But yeah, I would have to say the live action ones, because I think they're the ones I've seen most recently and that have stuck in my mind, especially, like I say, Johnny Depp's character. I thought he was quite a cool Mad Hatter. He did quite a good job. Although I don't know if he was strictly kind of the same as the character in the books, or whether he was slightly kind of nicer than the characters in the books. I don't know. But yeah, I did like his character. Okay, so question number 9. We are getting through these. Question number 9 is, if you could continue to return to Wonderland and reality whenever you wanted, would you continue to visit Wonderland? Like I say, probably not. I really don't think I would like it. I think I'd be a little bit freaked out by it. I'm just not sure I would. Yeah, I'm just not sure I'd feel comfortable in that land, to be honest. Like I say, I like a little bit of order and normality, whatever that may be. But yeah, I think I'd find it a little bit too crazy for my tastes. Yeah, I don't know, especially knowing that there was this crazy queen wanting to run around chopping off people's heads. So yeah, there might be parts of it that would be quite fun to see though, singing flowers and all of that sort of thing. But yeah, I think I'd prefer to stay in the real world. Okay, and question number 10. What is your favourite snack to have with tea or coffee? I don't drink tea or coffee. I have never drunk tea or coffee. Just, yeah, I don't know why. I've just never been into them. So I don't drink tea or coffee. So I haven't got a favourite snack to eat with them. But I do really like, especially at this time of year, I like a hot chocolate. And I guess the best snack to have with a hot chocolate is some marshmallows, isn't it, to dip in. Not very healthy, is it? And then if it's not tea or coffee I'm talking about, I guess like soda. I so like Coke Zero is my little kind of vice. Yeah, it's again not particularly good for you, but it is something that I do like, and probably have a little bit too much of, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it is my little kind of like pick me up. And what would I, as a snack with that? I mean, gosh, anything anything goes. I do like if it's kind of like a naughty snack we're talking about, then I do like I like kind of chocolate, so like chocolate biscuits or something like that would be nice. Yeah, but I'm equally happy just to have a Diet Coke on its own and call that the treat, to be honest. So yeah, snacks. I don't know, what do I snack on? I do like snacking on fruit. I like apples, but I'm very particular about my apples. They have to be nice and crunchy, and kind of sweet apples. I don't like those kind of floury, soft apples. They don't really do it for me. Yeah, I like bananas. I like raspberries and blueberries and grapes and all those good things. I like, what else do I like to snack on? Like cheese. I like cheese. Definitely like cheese. Cheese and grapes actually go really well together. Yeah, but in terms of naughty snacks, then yeah, anything chocolate based is a pretty good snack, isn't it? Just not particularly healthy. But yeah, I do love chocolate. Definitely got a sweet tooth, so chocolate's always good. I'll move that up a little bit. Okay, and then oh yeah, we're up to the last question already, and I haven't got much coloured, have I? So the last question is, if you could, would you want to grow and shrink whenever you wanted? This is like when she drinks the potion to shrink down into so she can get through the door, isn't it? That could be quite handy at times, couldn't it, to be able to grow and shrink? I think if it was possible to control it, so like, you know, if it didn't just happen out of the blue when you were least expecting it, and you could actually go, yeah, I need to shrink. Like, imagine, I don't know, that could be really handy, couldn't it? Like if you locked yourself out of the house or something and didn't have your keys, you could kind of shrink down and squeeze through the keyhole or the letterbox or something. I say letterbox, I know a lot of you will be like, why would you go through the letterbox? In the UK, there's a lot, I think mostly the letterboxes are in the front doors. So you have a little slot in your door for your letterbox. So if you could shrink down and squeeze through your letterbox and be able to get into the house, couldn't you, if you locked yourself out? So that could be quite handy. And I guess sometimes it would be nice to grow a little bit taller so that you could like reach those things on the top shelves, you know, like in supermarkets when they put things right up on the top shelf and you just cannot reach it, even if you're standing on your tippy toes. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to kind of grow a little bit taller so you could reach those sorts of things. So yeah, I think if I could control it, then yeah, that would be quite a fun little superpower to have, wouldn't it? If it just happened randomly when you were least expecting it, and maybe not always at the most convenient times, then I would probably say no. No thank you. I'll just stay my usual height and leave it at that. But yeah, if it was something that I could turn off and on myself, then I would. Okay, so that is it. I managed to get her hair done. I'm going to get this finished now because it's not going to take long. As I say, I don't, you know, it's messy colouring. It's just a bit of fun. So I'll get this finished. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, as promised, here I am back with the completed page. It was very quick and easy to do. Like I say, it's not great colouring, but it's just a bit of fun, and it was perfect to do while talking about this tag. So that was it. As I say, I am going to be tagging a couple of people: Katie from the Colouring Angel, Zoe from Zoe's Cozy Colouring, and Dana from Dana's Colouring Obsession. Would love to see your answers, ladies. If you feel like joining in, please do. If not, no pressure, obviously. Thank you so much to Megan from Meg's Cozy Colouring for tagging me. Really enjoyed her video. I will leave her channel linked down below, along with Jamie's from Finding Joy in Colour, who started the tag. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you all enjoy your colouring. I'd love to know your answers to this tag as well, so if you do feel like joining in, please do. Don't forget to tag in Jamie, Finding Joy in Colour, and me if you fancy doing that. And yeah, I'll take care, everybody. Enjoy your colouring, and I'll see you soon.